So today I'm actually going to be discussing with you Gestalt psychology, which is a school of thought that looks into the human mind and behavior as a whole. So it perceives, instead of looking at not focusing on the individual components of the human mind and behavior, it looks at that as a whole complex system, not just individual parts of the mind or behavior of the human body. So the Gestalt approach actually was formed by a guy named Max Weathermere, and I'll enter his picture here. He actually formed that in response to structuralism. He actually developed it after he observed what he called the phi phenomenon while watching the alternating lights on a railway signal. So the phi phenomenon is essentially like an optical illusion where the two stationary objects move and are shown appearing and disappearing in a rapidly. So what he actually, by observing the phi phenomenon, is what he called it. He concluded that we perceive things by seeing the whole perception and not just the individual components. So, for example, with the railway signal, the lights were blinking at the train station, and the whole perceptive is that one light appears to move very quickly between two different ways. So if I can find a video, I'll insert it, or some type of GIF maybe. I will actually insert it into the video. But it appears that there's one light and it's moving very quickly between 2 points like this, for instance. And in actuality, there are two separate lights that are blinking very fast and rapidly without moving at all. So he did have partners that he worked with on a study of this Gestalt psychology in 1912 in Frankfurt, Germany. One of the people, was one of his co-founders, was Wolfgang Kohler, and he is actually connected to Gestalt psychology, to the natural sciences, where he studies the chimpanzees and solving the abilities in chimpanzees. And he actually has a quote where it states, and I'll probably enter a picture if I can find it in here, of Wolfgang Kohler: "A chimpanzee kept in solitude is not a real chimpanzee at all." And then the other co-founder of Gestalt psychology would be Kurt Kafka, and I'll stick a picture in here. And with him and Wolfgang, they actually founded the core element of Gestalt psychology. And Kafka actually applied his concept of Gestalt psychology to child psychology, where he states that infants don't learn by learning individual concepts first. They learn everything holistically and as a whole, before they learn it by differentiating things into little parts. So this has been a lot of people have been influenced by Gestalt psychology, and it has helped develop modern psychology, and has influenced a lot of modern psychology, and it is applied in a lot of different ways today. So it has been I feel that it's more impacted in way we put things in context, excuse me, the visual illusions and information processing impact in our perception. Sorry.